Oh, and we need to take Mummy Dear's head to the Paladins.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do that before we forget. That's gonna be at the Paladin Bridgehead. Hey guys, we totally didn't just kill a tavern full of people.
Please, I'm busy.
I was told that you would want to see this particular head.
He recoils in disgust. But then, recognizing her face, he grins.
It's a grim day that such gore would bring me pleasure. But Helen Everhart's death was wrong, and this goes some way to righting it. Please, allow me to reward you.
Okay, let's see. Probably the pants. Yeah. Okay.
So she apparently killed someone and he took it personally.
Yeah, he was referring, I think, to the... We found that Paladin's ghost. He's the one that told us that we should bring the head to that guy. Yeah. You found a mine.
Yep.
It tickled.
A little bit.
Okay. We also need to kill that witch. You know, the I'll kill your shining lights one. That's actually possibly going to actually be a tough fight. We could try, though.
We should definitely save right beforehand.
Yeah, I would agree. And like I said, we also need to find that lich. And you're going to have to look up how I'm supposed to craft that book at some point, but... And then, where's... Okay, it's saying... The Bark's Bite is saying that it's in another region, so that might, like, continue into another act. I'm not sure. We haven't found anyone who said that they're the foreman of a mill, so...
Yeah, they could be in Arcs or someplace.
Yeah, that's a possibility. We might look that up before we leave the act, though. But yeah, at this point, it's pretty much the Witch, Riker, and Blood Moon Island. Riker first?
Yeah.
Don't think he's going to be that bad. Stone Garden.
Here rests the human hero Garrick. He served Lucien the Divine with immense skill and slew the necromancers who preyed upon the dead of Stone Garden Cemetery. The implements of his heroism shall rest at the site of his victory. Here rests the elven hero Halla. He served Lucien the Divine with great vigor and defended the farmers who feed Reaper's Coast against pitiless bandits. The implements of his heroism shall rest at the site of his victory. Here rests the dwarven hero Bromley. She served Lucien the Divine with honor and cast out the demons that plagued the great woodlands. The implements of her heroism shall rest at the site of her victory. Here rests the lizard hero Vidia. She served Lucien the Divine with great dignity and vanquished the strange beasts that arose from the primal...
So this is telling you where to get those chests.
Yeah.
The implements of her heroism shall rest at the site of her victory. Suddenly, the earth churns and buckles upwards in several places. Some things are trying to rise to the surface.
Godwoken! You must fall! The God King demands it!
You must fall, so that we may rise!
Let your blood quench our roots so we may grow.
The covenant shall be fulfilled.
Covenant again.
Haste steel, Godwoken!
It tickled. Considering it's raining, probably stick to ice and air. Makes enemies more vulnerable to that. Maybe global cooling, since it's not quite catching everyone in that.
And you're all frozen.
Except for one. Now they're all frozen.
Double check that I don't have anything I can do.
Die, Godmund.
Why did you bother summoning more rain?
You cannot strike me down. I am sworn.
There is no death.
Coward.
Okay.
Lightning laser. I think they're all in a line. Rolling thunder. You know what I mean. I don't really care if it clips me. Yeah, that
Best
should.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Just had to figure that out. Source skill.
Yeah, this definitely does not merit it.
Shocked another one that was in the back.
I don't know if it would hit all three because of the different elevation. So I would just favor the one where you hit two. I believe Turbulent Wind doesn't do friendly fire, so you could... I'd say send it in the other direction and see if you get lucky enough to hit the invisible one. Yeah, like clip her and...
I'll yield to none. Show yourself.
Okay, nope. He was apparently on the other side of her. Yeah, that one hits around you. It's not one you can aim. That would work. And even if that does do friendly fire, my totem's immune to water damage.
Yep.
And Blinding Radiance does not do friendly fire, so...
Lost footing, they should be blind, and they should be almost dead. That should
They're
do.
frozen, knocked down, blind, and now dead.
These were heroes. What happened to them?
So much for them.
This covenant.
Yeah, we keep hearing about that. I'm waiting for this dang ice to melt. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently there's a conversation.
The heroes of Driftwood lie at your feet, dead for good this time.
This memorial should be torn down. Those backstabbing curs don't deserve it.
Whatever this covenant is, it didn't bring them victory.
Apparently your controller's having a moment. At this point, it only happens with this game.
Yeah, so I'm wondering...
We've managed... Like, it was happening a lot before, but we updated the firmware on the controllers. I know we disabled some stuff in Windows that we thought might be interfering.
Yeah.
We tried a lot of different stuff, and we did get it to improve. But for this game in particular, it still just happens from time to time. Just glad that all the combat is turn-based, so it's not likely to screw us over.
Yeah. It'll be real fun to see if it improves if we switch over to Linux like we've thought about doing.
Yeah, we're probably gonna. Because the more I hear about Windows 11, the less I like it.
The masked creature grunts 3 times at the sight of you. It reaches its arm out. Clasped in its hand is a crumpled parchment. You take the page, and the servant returns to its hollow existence.
Godwoken, I've no doubt you return with tablet in hand. Forgive my presumptuousness, but I've readied my underchamber for your arrival. The entrance is within whispering distance. Yeah, I believe we actually found the trapdoor earlier. We just weren't allowed to go in without him flipping.
Standard underground villain lair.
Yep. Okay, this stuff is still considered stealing for the moment, so we'll come back to that.
The air buzzes with sauce.
The air buzzes with sauce here.
There you are, Godwoken. I'm eager to hear your good news.
Quest was a success.
Marvelous.
Riker's lips tremble impatiently as his eyes dart to your pack.
Show it to me.
You may see it.
Riker reverently slides his fingers across the tablet.
Exceptional. Truly, the bond can be broken.
Let me guess, you're sworn to the God King too.
Our bargain is almost complete. I will teach you what I know. You will be bonded to the source. You will channel it in great volume.
I'm trying to think if we have gloves or an amulet that increases telekinesis. That also increases Lucky Charm. I'm just going to go with the amulet.
Riker closes his eyes and spreads his arms, then begins to recite a vivid incantation.
I call to the souls of the dead. Your remains, the stone garden's eternal burden, descend from the hall. Surrender your source to the vessel before me.
Okay, hold up. You're calling the spirits of the graveyard to sacrifice their souls to us.
Riker ignores you and continues his call. His voice grows even louder until his words echo from every crevice in the chamber.
Swan and Rince, Crossley and Locke, Quincy, Keller, Harkwood, Haran, an essence yours no longer. Souls and source come forth.
Okay, weapons out now.
Your body convulses with Zol Stissa's displeasure. Your head pounds, your bones ache. Riker's smile widens at the sight of your agony.
So this is how your path to divinity ends, is it? No matter. I've kept my promise. But there is another bargain I must fulfill. A shame it has to be this way. I was just getting fond of you.
I was thinking that might even go boom because of the
That's what
candelabra
I was hoping
there,
it would
but
happen, but
I'm guessing the oil just didn't technically spread to it because it's on a weird...
oh well.
I mean, you could do that, or you could do the meteor shower. That hits from above, and it might be easier to aim.
And he has a lot of magic armor.
Vaporize, I think, would create a fire cloud, in addition to a bit of damage. I think you might be able to hit both with that. There you go. He's a little too far away. And I need to move in. Nope, not that one. That one.
I'll yield to none.
Then he's probably going to try to move away, which will cause this to trigger. I don't think air resistance is going to help you very much here. Yeah, he keeps moving through my fire aura, and it didn't treat him very well. Earthquake?
Let's just see what we can do in terms of...
He's dead. Everything's on fire. All is as it should be. Oh, apparently there was still something left. Whatever that is.
Now we're done.
So I guess if you don't have the hero tag, you actually can't interrupt him.
And I like that the god gets mad at you even if you have max source points.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, this does nothing for us. Yeah, make sure you grab that tablet from him. We need it. Kind of wish we could have saved the masked servants, but considering that we could see their souls next to them, and they kind of seemed similar to the...
Silent monk.
Yeah, the silent monks, thank you. I was blanking on what they were called.
Yeah, he was doing magister stuff.
Or, you know, the magisters are doing necromancy stuff, which...
Yeah.
Either way. I will say, I think this game is possibly the best I've seen for making each race actually have some amount of consequence. Like, the race you pick might open up certain dialogue options, even allow you to solve quests a few different ways, especially when you're interacting with magisters. Being human can be beneficial, for example. And honestly, for dwarves and elves, like lizards and humans still definitely, and undead, all definitely have more than dwarves or elves. So I still wouldn't say it's perfectly even. It's really difficult to do.
And we have another pyramid, so teleporting shenanigans can happen.
Yep, now we have 3. Well, the masked servants have all spontaneously exploded. Like I said, that's probably the best that we could do for them. Right, lots of journals and stuff of Riker's. I'm gonna read that in just a moment. You can loot the house while I do. Have fun. Riker, the contract is mine. I will pay you an execution fee of 25% if you take out any of my marks, but do not presume to go over my head. Roost. I assume he meant the contract to kill Godwoken. Riker's journal. At last, I think I have discovered a method of keeping my home and gardens in good repair. The inhabitants of the stone garden are just lying there anyway. Why not put them to work? They raise from the dead easily enough, but my word are they ever a fright to look upon. I have fashioned some garb for them that will keep their true faces hidden, and hopefully hold in some of the smell also. I must confess to growing fond of my silent companions. They never argue back, they hop to work at the slightest order, and best of all, they keep the riffraff out. Apparently he actually had 2 creepy basements. Because one just wasn't enough.
Ew, apple tater cheese.
I could drop some food.
Twists and
Food.
Okay, so he wants food. Let's have a look around first.
The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
There's also an upstairs to loot.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love.
So you're in love with someone that doesn't love you back.
Lets loose a long sigh. She inhales. She sighs again.
Rory, the rat. He's just over there. Don't blink, or he'll flit right past. Like a rat. Please, Grace. I'm Gruel. I'm too slow to give him smooches. And he's so smoochable. If only I could keep up. I could groan sweet things in his little ears. I could tell him I love him. I could share my beats. I like beats.
I could talk to the rat for you. Maybe I can butter him up.
Oh, how kind. But I don't like butter. You could try carrot juice or some kind of nectar. Do rats like nectar? Maybe cheese juice. Is there such a thing as cheese juice? Oh, that's too bad. Because then you could cheese juice her up.
She grins at her own joke. It takes a good minute for her mouth to reach a full smile.
And with that out of the way, I think we need to maybe leave a trail of food leading to the turtle, but let's talk to the rat first.
Can't talk hungry.
The turtle has something to say to you if you'd just slow down.
Hungry cheeseberry.
The rat vacuums up your scent. Its whiskers twitch.
Food.
Okay, yep, leave trail of food. Got it. Let's start at this end. So I know I'm carrying around a bunch of crap, and some food has to be included.
Madness within, madness without.
He's probably gonna have a hard time seeing over the stairs. Oh, nope, he's going, he's going. Oh, no, close enough. I was gonna have to throw one more thing down, but...
Love is in the air.
Well, I played matchmaker to a rat and a turtle via 2 pears and some questionable meat. So, this is kind of an odd place to find a turtle. Do you have an owner?
Used to be the ladies. Was there one day and wasn't the next. Riker now, nice guy, gives me beats. I like beats.
Okay, Bill, we need to get like a barrel of beets and leave them here before we go, okay?
Soft.
If we can find him, yeah.
Because the one good thing that crazy necromancer was doing was apparently feeding this turtle.
Okay.
If you think the master loves you more than he loves me, then Dot, you're a bigger
Okay,
idiot
so
than you look.
they're arguing over who the master likes more, which is kind of a moot point now.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is actually part of the cellar under the bridge lady's house.
Yeah, that
We
might
just didn't come up here.
that might be the lady the turtle was talking about.
Maybe.
Uh,
Either that or there was someone living here before that Riker killed.
that's possible. He's awful.
Master say good cat? No. No, Master does not. See?
The cat gives the dog a long, languid look of carefully disguised contempt. Then she sighs and turns to you.
Settle an argument for us. Dog's body here thinks that because the master is grateful for his, meaning the dog's, mindless devotion, he loves his dog more than he loves his cat. I, on the other hand, know full well that it's the master's admiration for my general bearing, demeanour and intrinsic greatness what is most indicative of a state of actual love. He near worships me, he does.
Master loves his dog. Master thinks his cat is cool. Not the same thing.
You're a moron.
No, I'm not. I'm black-brown.
See what I'm dealing with? Come on, settle the argument. Tell him he's wrong.
The dusty staircase leads to another hatch, which is blocked tight. As you push, it buds straining and grunting. Your strength just about manages to nudge open the hatch. The spider spindles right up to you, her long, long legs tickling the sandy floor. A malevolent intelligence gleams forth from 8 beady eyes. She opens her mouth, hissing at you.
Getting your mucky little boots in all the wrong places. Don't you know, my little pepper pot, that it's ever such bad manners to enter a queen's boudoir without permission? Did that overrider toss you upstairs, darling? Has he grown weary of milking my venom his very own self?
Yeah, we don't answer to Riker, to say the least.
Then you are no more than any other fly in his web.
He's very dead.
Just like me.
Her laugh is blood-curdling.
I figure I could help you and sell their argument later.
You have time for a little story, then? With nobody here but us stuck flies, let me spin you a tale.
Sure.
Long, long ago, many years before you were born, my little brood pudding, I was born in a desert land far from here. And stolen. I was stolen from my own queen as an unhatched egg. Barely anything do I remember of these days, hearing all from deep within an egg, seeing only through the filmy veil of my silken sack. But there is one thing I remember well, and that is the very first hunger pang, my tasty petal. That feeling, oh, so familiar, echoes within me now. I was quite enjoying our little chat, but nature is nature, sugar plum. I hunger! Can I hear my princelings blubbering in their loving cocoons? Time for us to feast!
Time to squash a spider.
Her fangs drool venom that sizzles on the sand. But there's no time to think about all that, because raising up on her hind legs, she pounces right at you.
And yet she hit you more than me. So Bill is in kill it with fire mode. Yeah, just sort of aim to have them all land on her. Like that.
I'm ready.
It's dead.
Now we gotta kill its eggs.
Yep. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna grab this loot before it burns. I don't know if that would technically hit the eggs because they're considered a neutral target right now. I'm gonna stick with stuff that I know will hit them. Doesn't seem like a very good survival strategy to just explode on your enemies. All the remaining 3 egg clusters are in that room.
I'm ready.
Honestly, you could probably just hit it and then use like a fireball or something on the remaining eggs. Maybe Incinerate will reach that far? Nope, not quite. I don't know if Trailblazer would have hit. You have an earth attack or something? And then giant rock. Okay, apparently there's one spider left, and the game kind of skipped my turn because it dropped me out of combat. Just hit it. You have a hammer, use it. With cackling, apparently. Alright, well.
Before you stands the ghost of an older woman. Clad in flowing magister's robes, she peers around the room as if looking for something lost. On seeing you, she brightens and extends an ethereal hand.
Magister Pavlonia, charmed to meet you, I'm sure.
Your hand passes right through hers. She shrieks, horror animating her face.
You probably should have gone with the Ethan line.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, my hand. My fingers.
Yeah, you're kind of dead.
Well, really, I'm quite aware of that. But I am not fully myself. I keep forgetting things somehow. It's hard to hold all the threads together when you've fallen apart yourself. Wait, the spider! It was the spider! She chewed me. Bits of me. Slowly. I keep looking, but I can't find myself. Yes. I came from the Black Pits to negotiate with Riker here in his house. We needed to ensure that scoundrel wouldn't interfere with our plans there. He must have mixed something into the delightful rose tea he served me. And then... Next I knew, I was rolled up in webbing as his spider sucked the marrow right from my bones and nibbled my limbs off. I hope you didn't drink any tea downstairs.
She might know something about the Black Pits we didn't figure out, but I doubt it. We could ask, though.
She throws you a haughty glance. In the sharp lines of her face, you see steely determination overtaking the spirit's distracted manner.
None of your... Never mind.
So why would you need to negotiate with one guy?
He's a master sorcerer. Everyone knows that. But he's too powerful to take to the joy.
Then what does that make us at this point?
Scary?
And besides, he had some business that coincided with Dallas's interests. Of course, if he were to act up, we could always work on his little vulnerability to fortify.
Never needed that.
So
We killed him in all of, 2 hits.
providing he didn't interfere with Magister business in the Black Pits.
So what did we learn? That Dallas is even more corrupt than we thought. Oh, well.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I actually did find a disembodied hand. I'm curious if she has any unique dialogue if you have that on your person.
Pavlonia gazes searchingly around the floor near her, muttering to herself.
Yeah, apparently.
Alright, go ahead.
I'll give her her hand.
It is my hand.
She stretches out her ghostly arm and wriggles ethereal fingers into the slightly chewed and more than a little decomposed hand.
The threads are coming back together now. You, sorcerer, you helped me. I should help you.
Oddly reasonable for a magister.
Far away. They're a black ring there, prisoners. And if my colleagues catch a sniff of your sorcery there, they're liable to treat you just the same.
Waving her ghostly hand at you, Pavlonia disappears beyond visibility to meet her fate.
See what I'm dealing with? Come on, settle the argument. Tell him he's wrong.
I think you have to pick a side.
Grains of sand drift from beneath the door and form...
I think that's the other way of getting in the spider room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think you have to pick a side on it. I think if you tell them that the master loves them both equally, it just fails. With no check. I think the dog is right. The master may admire the cat, but admiration is not love.
Told you.
Yeah, I ain't buying. Sell me on it.
Going to show her her toy ball, and I'm going to ask if she'd still love it if it stopped being fun to play with.
It's a fun toy, I guess. I guess not. Okay, I see your point.
See? I was right. Thank you. I knew the Master loved me more, else he wouldn't have let me go down to where all the juicy meat bones are.
And where is this hoard of limbs?
You can't see it because it's under a carpet thingy that's nice to sleep on, but a bit of the floor comes up and you go down some steps. You'll smell it when you get there.
So I think he kind of points you towards the hidden basement, if you haven't already found it. Taming of the Holy Fire. Graceful script and precise musical notation decorate each page of this beautifully bound hymnal. Not every scholar could comprehend its meaning, but you are able to decipher it. The Taming of the Holy Fire. Guardian, burning bright with sourceful flame, abide the sacred call, reveal the godsless hall. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break, the priest shall scry the demon's lies, the chains await their captive. From stone to dust, from stone to dust. Not sure what that's about, but also read the tablet we picked up too. It's a readable thing. This is a most curious stone tablet. Most of the etchings carved upon its face are not words, but pictographs. They do not relate a history or tell a fantastical tale. However, they detail the construction of a scythe. The artifact is not pristine, however. Someone has crudely scratched a modern word below the ancient drawings. Swornbreaker. Riker can't hurt you or anyone else anymore, and the servants are as free as we could make them.
The lizard pauses, and a smile crosses her face.
Me belongs to me. Servants belong to the hall.
And
that's the way I like it.
you can live in the house.
The hum returns, soft at first, then blossoming into a full-fledged hymn.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept.
What's this? Help! I'm down here! A mind of this magnitude shouldn't be cursed to live like this. Can you dig me up?
Yes, just don't do anything dumb.
Don't worry. There's nothing funny about me.
Isn't that the truth?
The skeleton tries to brush the dirt from his clattering bones, then frowns. The moistest bits are still stuck in his cracks and crevices.
Thanks. You're probably looking for a reward, but I haven't got much. Except, you know, the wisdom of the ages.
He pokes a finger against his ossified head.
I'm a bit of a philosopher, you see. Not much else to be, what with all that thinking time.
I think all that time in the ground might have dulled your senses.
Are you questioning my intellect? You think you say more sooth than me, a verified soothsayer.
The skeleton pauses and sighs, then straightens his spine with a clatter.
A soul bond will settle it. A battle of wits. Then the cosmos itself will decide who can better face the truth of our own essence, me or you. A weak soul may not survive the bond, but I'm sure you'll be just fine.
A chance to show you up? Yes. Yes, please.
Oh, how fun. Just touch this bone on my rib cage here, right over where my heart would be, if, well, you know.
You reach for the rib in question, but nothing feels different. Not until you try to pull your finger away, and it remains glued to the bone.
All right, mister. Deep thought. First up, our purpose in life. I say it's to accumulate knowledge. Pretty great answer, eh? Can you do better than that?
His jaws clack together in a show of self-assurance.
Now, I know from one of the books that the answer that Larian is looking for is option 3, and thankfully, it's one that would also be in character for the prince anyway. So, there is no greater purpose than to banish life's tumult in pursuit of pleasure.
A shattering shiver passes through the skeleton's body from toe to head, then back again.
The cosmos agrees with you. Could it be, I don't know my own meaning? This emptiness. No matter. Surely you cannot best me again. Tell me, Sammy Smarty Pants, is there such thing as free will? I say no. The gods guide our every move. I dare you to outsmart me now.
Our individual freedoms are limited only by physical limitations. We are free to act within that defined set of rules.
How could I have been so simple when the truth is so vast? Well, I won't let you outshine me again.
The skeleton hangs his head low, then yanks it upwards again.
Is there a difference between right and wrong? The truth is that there is not. Only action and consequence. Oh-ho! I got you there.
I think in this case options 3 or 4 would work, because I have the scholar tag and 3 was the book. So I'm going to go with the scholar tag and hope the game doesn't screw me over, because I think it's more in character for the Red Prince. Every culture through history has established its own code of ethics. Within those codes, right and wrong are strongly defined.
You feel the bond break between your finger and the skeleton. You pull your hand quickly back to your side.
I can't bear this existential agony. What have you...
I don't know if there is any combination of tags that allows you to complete it without reading at least one of the books. But yeah, you have to go dig through all the books at Riker's house and read them and then know that it's linked to that quest. It can be slightly annoying the first time you're trying to figure it out.
We remain vulnerable while at anchor. Better to make for the open ocean at first convenience, don't you think?
We'll get to it, I promise.
Made any progress with my request, dear? Have you found that tablet?
Yep, here it is.
Excellent. Why, I knew I could rely on you. That is all for now, darling. My thanks. Here, a little token for all your efforts so far. Now, I'd better study this tablet for a while. I'm sure it could teach even me a thing or two.